Welcome in, and thanks for joining us for the WHHI Daily News, where we strive to bring you more Lowcountry news more often. I'm Bob Stevens. Let's get to Heritage Talk. No, Tiger is not coming, and neither is Phil or Dustin, but almost every other big name in the game is on the entry list for this week's RBC Heritage. The elevated $20 million purse has something to do with it. The reputation of Harbor Town and the Lowcountry helps too. Masters champion Jon Rahm has only been to the Heritage once before for the COVID tournament in the summer of 2020, so he's never heard the roars of a Harbor Town crowd. Scotty Scheffler's never been here either, and neither has Victor Hovland. Rory McIlroy was here in 2020 and way back in 2009 when he was a teenager, and Adam Scott's only visit was in 2001. They're all on the commitment list, as well as the RBC ambassadors that you might have watched on Masters weekend. Sponsor exemptions include past champions Jim Furyk and Ernie Els, European Ryder Cup captain Luke Donald, and American captain Zach Johnson. Davis Love III will be the first chairman of the tournament to ever play in it, and Jordan Spieth is back to defend his title. Opening ceremonies Tuesday at noon, the kids putting contest at 2 on Tuesday. We'll be all over Heritage Week all week long. And there is other news this week. The legislature on spring break as well, but it looks like lawmakers are inclined to give USCB $500,000 of the $1.25 million it's asked for to revive Pritchard's Island as an area for environmental research. The research project on the island has been dormant for more than a dozen years until the Rhodes family, then had deeded it to USC, threatened to take it back and give it to the University of Georgia. That idea got the interest of Governor McMaster, who promised to solve funding issues leading to the current legislative action. USC leaders hope the $500,000 proposed will be a recurring expenditure that will allow them to revive the program over the next couple of years. One thing to be especially watchful for this spring break week is bicyclists. But how's the experience for bikers riding with the cars nearby? One of those personal injury law firms, Bisner Chase, has commissioned a survey of 3,000 cyclists nationwide. They gave their experience nationally a 6.2 on a 10-point scale. But in South Carolina, that relationship was only rated a 5.1, the third worst in the country, behind only New Hampshire and Kansas. The lower ratings in our state come from cyclists in the open roads of the state. Bluffton's town council will induct Mary Merrick into the town's Wall of Honor before its Tuesday town council meeting. Born Mary Olive Pinckney, she graduated at the top of her class from Bluffton High School in 1937. She got through Florida State University by the age of 19, moved back to the family farm to raise 5 children with husband Edwin Merrick, all the time teaching math and science at Bluffton's high schools for 30 years, championing environmental and preservation causes and mentoring young people. She later transferred development rights to her property, Pinckney Colony, to the Beaufort County Open Land Trust before she passed in 2014. For more information on these and other Lowcountry stories, we invite you to visit the sources listed on your screen. Justin Jarrett is taking the week off. It's spring break, after all, in the Lowcountry. Maria Soden a bit under the weather. We can tell you the forecast looks good for the next few days. Maybe a little something Friday during Heritage Week, but hopefully temperatures will continue to improve, get a little bit warmer as we host the world on Heritage Week. We'll be back with more of the WHHI Daily News. Got some great stuff for you over the rest of this next half hour. Stay with us.